I'm a shopaholic, yet feel I have nothing to wear. And I get anxiety because I have too much stuff. And I can tell you, you are also probably not alone. So why do we keep buying and buying and buying? And it's because we don't know how to put clothes together. We don't know what really suits us. And so because of this lack of knowledge, and this comes from a lack of education, because we are not taught how to make decisions about what to wear when we're growing up or when we're at school. So we keep buying and seeing other people wearing things and going, maybe that'll be the thing that fixes all my problems. We end up with all this stuff without the intention of, am I buying something that's going to go with clothes I already own? Am I buying stuff that's in my silhouette? Am I buying stuff that's in my colors? Because I think probably you have a wardrobe full of things that don't really go together, that aren't maybe not even your personality, because you've bought them because it looked good on the sales assistant, or you saw somebody else wearing them, or you liked it on somebody else, or, you know, there was an Instagrammer who said everybody needs, you know, this thing, and you bought it, and it still doesn't work, and it's not solving your problems. So this is something that we want to think about. So number one, we need to work out what actually works for you. And this is where getting that style education is so imperative. Because what we want to do is know what works. What are your colors? What's your silhouette? What's your personality? What are your personal style criteria? When you have that, we can then go through your wardrobe and cull everything that doesn't fit your criteria. When you have your criteria, it really makes life so much easier. Then you won't get overwhelmed. You won't feel that anxiety because you know what's working for you. At the moment, you think you've got all these possibilities, and that is just overwhelming you. And because you don't have that knowledge, then you don't know what to let go of. So even though you buy new things, things aren't leaving because you don't want to make the mistake of getting rid of the wrong thing. And that's where this style knowledge is so incredibly useful. I mean, honestly, people think it's expensive to get style knowledge, but I go, really, what it saves you over the long term is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars more than what people waste on clothes that they end up not wearing that were mistakes. It's such a valuable thing to have. Plus, that daily anxiety of standing in front of the wardrobe. I mean, I read a study that apparently the average woman spends at least 17 minutes a day wondering what to wear. This is not just getting ready. This is standing in front of the wardrobe, kind of trying to figure out an outfit. And that, you know, that adds up over your lifetime. And I mean, I've read other statistics that we are expected to, you know, waste at least $100,000 over our lifetime on clothes we don't wear or have worn once, but we've realized aren't really us. So this is where, honestly, getting that education makes all the difference. Too much stuff. So partly what we need to do is cull it, but we don't want to cull it till we know what are your criteria. And that's why you need to know what is your body shape, your body proportions, your scale, the elements of design that are inherent in you that work with different styles of clothes. We need to know your coloring. So what are the colors that really work for you? So we just have a palette of those colors and then they work seamlessly together. And we need to know your personality. We need to know who you are, how you want to be perceived, what you like, what preferences you have. Do you like to be comfortable? Do you like to be more formal? Do you like to be dressed up or dressed down? Do you like to be quirky and interesting? Do you like to be dramatic and bold? Do you like to be feminine? Like, there are so many different ways we can be. And so we need to know what that is rather than taking somebody else's, you know, their stuff and thinking maybe that'll work for me, because that's why so many of us have made mistakes. I know that's a mistake I made before I learned what I know now, is that I thought, oh, she's really stylish, I'll just wear that, and I'd go and put it on. Didn't work for me for so many reasons. But now I know why. So when I make a purchase now, I know it's going to work, and I know I love it, and I know it's part of my personality, and I know that it works for my body. All those things are things I look for now, and so I'm not bringing those mistakes into my wardrobe. So this is why we want to get that style education, because, you know, shopping too, it gives us a dopamine hit, but there are lots of other ways we can get dopamine hits without having to go shopping. So it might be worthwhile, I would say, if buying more clothes is not making you happy, maybe put I'm not going to buy anything for at least a month. Just start with 1 month. You know, you don't have to go, I'm not going to buy anything for a year, because that might feel like too much. And then it's a bit like going on a crash diet, I would say, where it could feel too extreme. But instead of, you know, like getting your dopamine hit from going shopping, it could be, can I go and create some outfits in my wardrobe? And then I get a dopamine hit from that, because we can get dopamine from, you know, completing any task, and buying something feels like a task we've completed. But also too, is it could be, I'm just going to start going through my wardrobe, trying things on. If I don't like how my body looks in them, letting those things go. That should also give you a dopamine hit, because you have cleared some clutter that's going to reduce your anxiety over time. But you don't have to do it all at the same time. And remember, there are people like me who are here to help you through this process, because I know it can be really hard doing these things on your own. Thank you all for your questions and for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye for now.